GTA 5, we're doing the nuclear waste collections, AA Gamer for Life, barrels 1 through 10. Okay, this is going to be a very lengthy process. I am going to show you every location, and it's not a very fast process. If you just want to know the general areas where the barrels are, check out the barrel cluster video. It basically just hooks you up with the general area where the clusters are, and from there, just use your tracker phone, the tracking ability on your phone to kind of find the barrels. Okay, the trackie will basically tell you how deep, how shallow, and it'll point you right where the barrels need to be. So in theory, collection video really isn't necessary, but I've done them and I'm going to do them, but I just want all you gamers to know that, definitely appreciate you watching the videos, but if you just want a much faster idea of where the clusters are, just watch the cluster video and it'll basically hook you up. Now the trackie will basically show you exactly where the barrels are, but it won't tell you how far the next barrel is. So that's why I did the cluster video. When you get done, there's like the first three are kind of in the very close area to each other, but then the next 4 from 10 are a little bit ways off, so the phone wouldn't really tell you that, so you wouldn't know to go out to deeper water and just kind of book to the next area. Now the sub it's not slow, but it ain't fast. I don't know, it moves along pretty decent, but it's just a lot of area to cover. So given that said, we're just gonna get into these collections here, and like I mentioned, just watch the cluster video. It will basically just show you the areas where you need to go to, but if you're down for looking for all the barrels with me, then appreciate that. So anyway, let's just get to this. The nuclear waste barrels is about the only collections that is worth doing. It's a very lengthy process just because of how long it takes you to get around the map here, but every barrel is worth 23,000, so I wish the other collectibles in the game kind of paid out like this. Grand Theft 5 was real big on having you do stuff that just didn't pay you any money, so unfortunately it is what it is kind of thing. Okay, I believe using your A button, if you're on an Xbox, will make you descend, and hitting your A button will make you rise. So when I had to go to like your next area where the cluster of barrels are, after we get 3, there's a good gap to get to the next set of clusters there. But I figured maybe just zinging along the top of the water would be faster, but it really isn't. So staying submerged would be the best way to get around, even though you gotta zing around through rocks or whatever. If you need to go out in the little deeper water and just cruise, that would be it. But you're gonna probably good 2-3 hours of your life here to get all these barrels, and unfortunately it is what it is kind of situation. The only upside is that you're gonna make some money doing it. So unfortunately, like all the other collectibles in the game, you get absolutely nothing for it. So unique jumps, stunt jumps, nothing. Maybe some driving skill, but you get nothing for it. The leather scraps, you get nothing. The submarine parts, you get $10 at the end of doing that. You know, that doesn't really buy you anything. The space parts, you get this Doom buggy, which I winded up just getting rid of eventually because I needed the space in my garage. Okay, I think the submarine parts were the only collectibles where it didn't get you an achievement at the end. So the stunt jumps, you get an achievement. The space parts, you get an achievement. Doing the letter scraps, you'll get the achievement. The Scarlet of Vinewood. Alright, so now we got our first 3 done. We're going to get to the right side of this northern tip where our next cluster of barrels are. Okay, the phone will tell you how deep to go, how shallow to go, so it basically hooks you up on that. You just need to get close to it to let the trackie work. Okay, some of the barrels are quite deep and it'll say you're getting close to crush depth, but not to worry, I did not get crushed at all, so you just need to get the tip of the sub over the barrel and it'll automatically pick it up. The sub can be a little finicky sometimes maneuvering it, but it's not too difficult. Alright, there's our barrel. They can be a little tough to see. I think it'd almost be pretty impossible to do these without your little tracking device on your phone. If you did decide to get out of the sub, you will be wearing the scuba mask and tank. I actually never did that. I didn't see any need. Basically, if you maneuver the sub right over the barrel, it picks it up, and then I just kept moving on. If you see a little warning, just come up a little bit and just follow your depth meter there, whether you need to descend or rise to get your barrel. Alright, keep moving to the right as we keep collecting these barrels. One of these days I might have to go out into the sub and just take it out to deep water, see what happens when it does crush. But collecting these barrels are a pretty lengthy process. That wasn't something I was willing to try. I mean, I could have just saved the game and reloaded just to see what it was like, but I'm sure the bottom line is you're going to be dead after that. So, but I don't know if it was worth seeing or not, but whatever. Okay, so we got one more in this general area before we start circling around to the right side. Okay, so that takes care of 1 through 10. We'll go ahead and break the video here and come back with the next of them. Okay, over there is where our next cluster of barrels will be. AA Gamer for Life, we'll see you there. If you like the videos, you can always support us by checking out the ads.